Alright guys, the wheels and tires just got dropped off from Trail Built. FedEx is getting ready to leave right now. So thank you Trail Built for the wheels and tires. Can't wait to get them mounted and show them off on the truck. I think this is a great setup for Xteras. I've seen quite a few people running the level 8 MK6s. They've always been my favorite and pretty much the only aftermarket tire that I really like on the Xterra. So again, got to get them on the truck and then I'll show you guys what they look like. Right back there. Alright guys, so I'm going to go grab these tires out of the road because they do come on a pallet, so there's 5 of them. They're pretty big, so I'm just going to cut them off the pallet and I'm going to take them up here and put them in the garage. And then once there's not ice and snow on the ground here, as soon as possible I'll be mounting them on the truck, but got to get them up here first. Alright guys, so just got the wheels and tires today, but honestly I can't wait. So I'm just going to go ahead and, in the slush and the snow and everything, I'm going to go ahead and swap the wheels and tires out. So we'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Alright guys, so just got the new level 8 MK6s mounted on the right side of the truck. Gotta go around to the other side, but I'm telling you, these Kendas look super aggressive too. I really like the tread pattern on them. I think it's a good mix of AT and MT. It's called an RT, so it's kind of in the middle. But I think that should quiet down my road manners a little bit over the old sort of shot mixed MTs that I had that are getting a little bald. You can kind of see the state of that versus these beauties. I will also say, check out the aggressiveness of the offset. So this is the passenger side and then this is the driver's side, which is also fairly aggressive but not nearly as aggressive. I think it's a 0 offset on these wheels, but I just think they must have a deeper dish, a little bit more poke to them, so it's gonna look super aggressive. Other sort of downside to having a lifted truck with no sway bars, right, is I've got that jack almost all the way extended and you can see I barely squeezed that 33-inch tire on there because I've got a lot of droop. Those of you that are familiar with the build, these are brand new. Well, you can tell they're a little rusty now, but maybe 3 months ago they were brand new general spring, HD spring packs. And I've got Bilstein, used Bilstein 4600s on here too. I'll put a link in the description to all that stuff. But even with those, like everybody says go with the 5100s, which are great, and I think you get a little bit more droop with those, but even without them, with the 4600s, I mean, look at that. I got what, 10 inches probably? I mean, just tons and tons of droop there. And it would probably go further if the tire wasn't in the way. I mean, I just barely squeezed it on there. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys that. All right, guys, so as you just saw, you saw the delivery process. You saw me installing the wheels and tires on the truck. It literally was one of the easiest, best experiences I've had with ordering wheels and tires. Like, in my kind of history, I mean, you guys know me, I'm kind of cheap, right? I'm kind of a tightwad. Historically, what I've done is order like wheels separate on like an eBay, for example, and then ordered tires, the cheapest that I could get on an eBay, or found used ones or something locally. And then, you know, you gotta either go pick them up if it's like a Facebook Marketplace thing, or you've got to wait to get them shipped, and they're 2 separate shipments, and then they arrive, and I got to store 4 or 5 tires and 4 or 5 wheels, and then you got to load them all up in your vehicle, and you got to drive to the tire place, and you got to have them mounted and balanced and TPMS put in and all that stuff. There's additional cost with that too. So even while you might be saving $1 or $2 buying literally the cheapest stuff you can get, the process sucks. There's a lot of extra work involved, a lot of extra time that's wasted in doing it that way. So I was super excited to find Trail Built because, I've heard of them before. I've seen them around on like Instagram and stuff like that. And then so especially to meet Josh from Trail Built, who's been great. Like I met him in person at Moore. Got to talk to him a little bit. Their website is really cool, and I'm actually going to show you now. So I'm actually going to kind of walk you through the website and kind of show you my process that led me here and kind of how I started to navigate the site, because I'm really impressed with the site. Like, I know that sounds kind of funny, but like when I've done a lot of searching for wheels and tires, and it is a pain. It's a pain in the butt. You've got to think about your back spacing. You've got to think about all this different stuff, right? And like I just bought wheels and tires for my car, and I even called the manufacturer. Like I probably spent hours looking for these wheels and tires, trying to find the right back spacing, trying to find the right offset, like trying to figure all this stuff out. I called the manufacturer on my car's wheels, and they assured me that they would fit. And when they got here, I ended up having to use a spacer on the front because they wouldn't fit over my Akebono big brakes in the front. And that's talking to the manufacturer, right? And they were great. They were great to work with. They were really nice. They were polite. But they were wrong, right? Like, ooh, sorry, that sucks. But where I'm going with that is with these Trail Built guys, the website is really good. It helps you like kind of pick wheels and tires, makes recommendations, shows you all the different options, shows you the package, right? They help you like buy everything together. And then as you just saw, like the wheels and tires arrived all put together. So literally all I had to do was jack up the truck, throw the new wheels and tires on them, and I was good to go. I mean, it took me an hour maybe that day that I got them. It was, as you saw in the video, it was like winter. There was snow on the ground and stuff, and I was just so excited that I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to do it. But again, I didn't have to take 5 wheels and 5 tires somehow in the back of my truck. Like that wouldn't even fit in the Xterra. I would have had to take my wife's Pilot, and I don't even know that I could have got them all to fit there. I would have probably had to make multiple trips or have my wife drive and I drive to get the stuff there. Same with on the way back. Like it's just a nightmare, right? Like it's just not good. But so yeah, the experience was great. The website's great. I'm going to show that to you. I also want to mention like other cool stuff that happened. So like after I ordered it, when I got an email then like a couple days later that everything was ready to go and they were shipping it out with tracking information and everything. And then I didn't even expect this, but I got a text message from a real human, like from a guy. I don't remember his name now. And I looked back and I must have deleted out my messages not too long ago. But like just a really like a normal person texted me and was like, hey, just so you know, the wheels and tires are all ready to go. That was right before they shipped them. He's like, the wheels and tires are ready to go. There was some like salesmanship a little bit, which, I don't mind. Like, good for them. They're going above and beyond and they're offering things. But he's like, do you want this? Do you want them like, I don't remember, like carbon ceramic coated, or do you want TPMS? Do you want whatever, right? Like, do you want all these things? And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. But it's just neat that they give you contact with a real person. He was really responsive. The email notifications were great. It was just an overall really great experience. Even when they showed up, like the FedEx guy, I know is not related to them, but he was super cool. Helped me out get the wheels and tires up, in the snow, like as close to the bottom of the driveway as possible. And I was like, dude, it's close enough. You're good. But so again, overall experience really good. Let's run through this website quick. I just want to kind of get you some info on it and kind of show you the experience. But I'll put a link to this down in the description below. I'll actually put a link to my wheel and tire setup. So if you're a Nissan Xterra person or somebody with a 6x114.3 lug pattern, then my wheels and tires would work for your vehicle probably, but check it on their website. No matter what, if you go there and you look at them, you can swap things in and out. You can change up the settings and stuff. You can play with it yourself. But if you do end up buying something, there is a drop down in the checkout that says, how'd you hear about us? If you do buy something, if you could, do me a favor and just check all things Overlanding in that box, just so they know that I sent you. It would be awesome. I appreciate it. But so without further ado, let's dive into this website and take a look. So again, this is the homepage, right? It's trailbuiltoffroad.com, no dashes, no spaces. It's just all pushed together, trailbuiltoffroad.com. And when you land on the homepage, right, so you got different things. So you can look at, they've got wheels and tire packages. They've also got suspension. They've got some accessory stuff. They've got their own merch. They've got a blog and gallery. It's kind of cool too, because like you can, you see these adjustments over here on the left side. You can adjust filters. So like you could pick what kind of vehicle you want to look at, like what year, what make, what model. You can adjust suspension settings, like pick out what, I want a 2.5-inch lift. I want to see what a 3.5-inch lift looks like. You can throw in tire height, tire width, offset, amount of trimming, like how much trimming did it take to fit those, right? type of stance, like wheel brand, wheel models. Like you can just look at all the wheels by a manufacturer if you want to see them all, and you can narrow it down by truck. So that's the cool thing too, is you can come in here and get a good idea of what other people are running, what works, because again, that's one of my other big fears. When I buy like used tires or wheels and tires online, just like with my car, just like that story I gave you, right? Like I was terrified they weren't going to fit, and sure enough, despite all my best efforts, they still didn't fit. So this is just super cool that they've got all these vehicles in here, right? And then also, like I said, wheel and tire packages, right? All right, so when you come in here, if you don't have an Xterra or something, you just want to search, you can throw in your year, your make, your model, your drive trim, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, and hit shop wheels. And then you can, then once you pick your wheels out, then you can move on to tires. You can pick what sizes you want. You got to match them up to your rims. But it makes it really easy to find. And there's so many filter options that it's really nice. So like, let's just play around a little bit. So let's pick, my truck's a 2005 Nissan Xterra, 4-wheel drive. Whoops. Xterra, 4-wheel drive, shop wheels. I'm just going to pick, I don't even care what they are. I'm just going to pick some. So like here, these Anthem Road Vipers are 17 by 8.5. They fit my truck. We're going to go with a set of 4 of those. And then, when you're in here, it's nice because they can, they say like, hey, if you add tires, we're going to give you a discount on the wheels. Basically, we're going to save you some money. You get free mount and balance. You get free quick delivery. Mine was really fast. It took less than a week, I think, to get mine. They have financing available. So like if you didn't want to just put the cash out all at once, you could do a monthly payment type deal, which is kind of cool. You can see different vehicles that, have these wheels and tires on it and what they look like, which is pretty cool. But so if you click continue to add tires, then you can come in here and you can say, you know what? I want Nitto Ridge Grapplers in 285/70 R17. Those look sweet. I like those. I want 4 of them. It says, hey, you're saving money because you're buying these wheels and these tires. I love that it shows you them next to each other, shows you all the specs and everything so you can see, look at them, get all the specs and everything on your setup right there. Pretty cool. And then it tells you about the wheels and the tires down below. So there's like little blurbs about them, which is cool. There's ratings and stuff on them, which is cool. So, but then I love this too. So check this out. So I just randomly picked these wheels, right? But it says, warning, spacers are required to fit these wheels on your Nissan Xterra, which is really cool that they tell you that. So then you can pick your suspension settings and all that sort of stuff. You can pick a ton of just different options, but then you can add them to the cart, right? So you add them to the cart. Oh, I have to pick shipping. But so obviously do the free one. That's what I did too. And it came really fast, like less than a week, which was great. Then you hit add to cart. And then they're like, okay, cool. Do you want TPMS? Like they just give you a ton of options. Do you need lug nuts that are going to work on these? Because a lot of times when you're buying aftermarket wheels, like in the case of mine, I did need lug nuts. I had to get lug nuts for mine to make them fit. So, and you can pick different options, right? Like I need a full install kit. I need one with a lock, whatever. You can pick different options here. You can get them ceramic coated, and there's a video to watch, which is kind of cool. So like if you have questions about these things, there's more information that you can read about. You can get different types of valve caps. Like they've just got all kinds of cool stuff, right? Wheel shine kit. And you can get a replacement plan. So, especially if you're off-roading hard a lot and you think that you may need that, you can get a 3-year replacement plan. It costs a little money up front, but then it's nice, And then there's even like a free, all Patriot packs come free with the purchase of Anthem off-road wheels. So that's kind of cool. So it's worth it to look through these options, guys, and just sort of see like what you want to add to it, right? And then you proceed to cart, and then you pay and you buy the wheels and tires, right? So it's pretty straightforward. But that's what I like about it is like you can definitely tell that it's like run by people that get off-roading and 4x4 vehicles, and like the products that they've got are really great. The way that it's set up is really great. The free shipping is nice. The package savings is really nice. So, but again, I felt like my price was really, really fair and probably about what I would have paid, or even about a little less than what I would have paid if I would have bought all the pieces separate and then had to take them somewhere and have them all put together, right? So again, these guys are really great to work with. That's why I wanted to put together a video, because I was like just so excited about the wheels and tires. I've had them on the truck for a couple months now. I've been running around with them. They're great. They're super quiet. Again, the process was so easy that I just was like, you know what, I'm going to make a video about these guys and talk about them a little bit, shine some light on them. So again, there will be links in the description down below. Definitely go over and check out Trail Built Off-Road. There will be a straight link straight to my setup. So if you are an Xterra person, you want to go see exactly what I put on my truck, make it easy on yourself, you can do that too. I do have a 2.5-inch lift, Niztec MK84s up front, and General Spring HD leaf pack in the rear with a 2.5-inch extended rough country shackle. I did have to on mine. Now I have 1.5-inch spacers also. So with that being pushed out and then the offset of the wheels, they were rubbing a tiny bit on the back of the fender and on the front bumper. So I trimmed about a 1/2 inch probably off the back of the front bumper, and then I trimmed about the same, about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch off the rear fender. Now mine's an 05. It wasn't a big deal. I grabbed my battery powered angle grinder and I cut that stuff off, but I'm just telling you guys that I did have a little bit of rubbing. That also could be because of my spacers. So if you don't have spacers on your truck, you might be okay. But again, if you have questions about that stuff, call these guys. Call that number on the screen, right? And just ask them. Just talk to them. Tell them exactly what you've got and let them help you out. So again, I had a great experience. I think you guys will have a great experience. Check them out through those links in the description below. If you do buy something, in checkout, there's a spot that says who sent you. If you could just check All Things Overlanding, that'd be great, just so they know that I sent you. But other than that, that was pretty much it. If you have questions about anything, if you have specific questions about the delivery or the way that I ordered or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment below, and I'm happy to answer any questions you've got. But thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.